production.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Gladiator Cypher Podcast. Boy, pseudonym Slim. I'm here with my fellas. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Okay.
Man, you know, Big J in the building, Corny J, Mr. Smooth, out here trying to get all the young ladies to daycare and all the places they need to be because I'm a father. So yeah, man, we got a good show planned up for you. What's going on with your Nip?
Ain't shit, you know, Papa Bit.
You better come correct. Right? You better slap that neck, boy. You better say it correct. That man about to get up on that ass.
He's about to take you out like Cain did Abel.
If people were watching on audio, Nip's son Wyatt just he got a bat and is putting the screws on Nip right now. It's looking like police brutality.
Cool out, man. You know, your neighborhood, whatever. I don't know, man. We in here. I'm trying to protect myself. I forgot the missus had a nail appointment, so you know, it's daddy daycare right now.
Young Batman. There we go. Literally.
Yeah. I can't be your Batman because I be robbing. You say what's up?
No.
All right.
You
better go watch Disney Junior. Give me this. Go watch Disney Junior. So.
They're gonna make a gif of that every time you come up with a hot take. All the Nip haters gonna put the Call Wyatt gif. They're gonna put the Call Wyatt.
Why right? Why run up on him, Mr. Butcher?
All right, folks. So we got a nice packed show for you all today. Let's get right into it, gentlemen. So we've seen two juggernauts, a popular social media, beginning to clash online. I'm talking about none other than Dr. Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up with Umar Johnson's post on Instagram. Let's go ahead and read this. This is a quote. There's a growing beta male YouTubian community that is creating a sector dedicated to slandering and criticizing Black women who don't emulate Eurocentric standards of beauty and success. Unfortunately, many sisters have become prey for these coons due to an unconscious need for male validation. Black women, you don't need a man to validate your worth. Now, at the time this is recorded, I don't know if Kevin has rebutted that yet, but I wanted to get you all's opinion on this. What do you think's going on?
Look, man, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Like, whenever it's hard for me with Dr. Umar because, like, every time I hear from Dr. Umar, man, I feel like it's on some scheme or some gimmick. Like, it's on some, like, either trying to get his name in it. Because I think even when he made the post verbally, he even had to make sure he shouted out that he was at, you know, the Frederick Douglass School of the Youth or whatever he was. Like, I don't know if he trained an X-Men in there or what, because we ain't never seen Ned Joker be in that school because it ain't finished being built yet. But I always feel like he on one. So, like, when I see Dr. Umar, man, he kind of give me, you know, this kind of feel, man.
Donations. Gifts.
Like, so it's always hard for me to really be feeling them like that. But
hold on, wait, before you go, Nip, hold on. So, Jay, you telling me you think that Dr. Umar is officially the Charles Xavier of the Malcolm X-Men?
You know
is that what you tell me?
I think we need to end the show because ain't nothing gonna be funny in after the rest of the show, guys. So it's all downhill from here.
Oh my god!
Yeah, next thing you know, Dr. Umar will be riding out in the wheelchair, and we know it's official. But now, like, it's just
who's giving out Red Lobster gift cards? Who gives gifts? No, all right. I don't want to sound crazy and shit. Are we still eating at Red Lobster?
Gifts. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you know what? Red Lobster did get a boom when Beyonce put the lid into her lyric because, you know, she pretends like she still eats at Red Lobster when we know goddamn well she ain't eating at no Red Lobster. But I guess we still eating at Red Lobster. I mean,
like Ruth Chris, the new Red Lobster. Like, you got to go to Ruth Chris. Da-da-da.
Gifts.
I'm not eating a red lobster. That's dead. All right, yeah. But all right, yeah. Go ahead. What you were saying, bro?
All I'm saying is, I think at this point, man, like Dr. Umar come with that, and it just felt like caping. And I think part of it was quietly not being said out loud. Is most of the people that are supporting that school are women. Like a huge portion of his donations come from women. That's probably who gave him the Red Lobster one, because ain't no dude giving no other dude no Red Lobster gift card, man. But you gonna feed the school with Red Lobster? Fuck out of here. So, so he had to
hard work, man. He need to get his belly full for all this scamming.
I mean, I got my slippers on order, so he got me. But nah, it just feel like it's on some skeptical. So you come out at Kevin Samuels, who's probably the hottest dude on the streets right now when it comes to in that sphere. And then you clap at him to be like, oh, well, you know, they just putting down. And he don't say it direct. He don't call his name. So let's give him that respect. He don't say his name. He's speaking to, I guess, all of them in that group, because there's a couple of them. Like I think it's
the YouTubians.
Yeah. The show called like The Roommates, and I forgot what the chick name is, like Shabazz Ali or something like that. She been going at women for years, black women at years. So I think he didn't call his name, but you know, when he say that, everybody knows who he's kind of talking about. How you gonna get mad, Dr. Umar, at a dude that has an opinion, and quote unquote, if you think it's certified or not, it don't really matter. These people call him. He not running down on women in the street being like, oh, you ain't shit. Like, they call him and they ask him for his advice. So why you mad at them giving their opinion based off a woman calling them and basically telling their own business in the streets? Like, so what should Kevin Samuels do then, Dr. Umar? Like, they come and say, I want a guy making 6 figures, but I got 2 kids by 2 different baby fathers, but that shouldn't matter. Like what should you start taping about? Oh, you know what? Yeah, like you're the most underrated person on this planet. So by that means, then you know what? You're right. You should get the 6-figure brother that, you know, will take care of your kids and be a good dad. Because, you know, black women are just so like, I don't get what Dr. Umar's like beef is. Like, these dudes ain't raining down on black women. Black women are calling them, asking them for advice or trying to battle them. And he keeping it a buck from his point of view. Regardless if you agree or not, it ain't, like, again, he ain't running down on these chicks, man.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't put much stock. It's entertainment to me, both of them. Whether it's Kevin Samuels, like I'm not taking this shit and applying it to my life. Like, oh, he got WrestleMania. Like, come on, man. They internet personalities. Like, who cares what they talking about? But I don't really care. Like, it's Umar Johnson, bro. Like, who is sitting here valuing this man's opinion? Who values this AC/DC ass Kevin Samuels and shit? Like, I don't really think he really like women for real. Like,
side note on that, you don't think he likes women. So my barber listened to it. He usually comments whatever, but I went to the shop and got a little tied up a little bit, and he said he don't think Kevin Samuels is gay. He said he just feel like Kevin Samuels moves and his mannerisms is like a pimp, and some of those pimps be kind of like a little flagrant with their movements. That was his take on it. So I don't know what's your thoughts on that.
I hear you, but no, bro. The pictures when he in the picture with his hand like this and shit, like that's not pimp shit. No, that's not. This shit, no, bro, no. That shit is flagrant. Nah, you playing on the other side. You playing on the other side of the fence, my man. Like I'm sorry, he got the shiny nail polish on and all that. He got the clear coat bottom on his jacket, bottom buttoned up and all that with the just for me. No, bro, no, brother don't even like he own a pair of butters. Nah, no way, no way. I pay $100 million. That nigga pull some butters out his closet.
Oh, slow down. Kamala pulled out some butters. Slow down. So
we're not even gonna talk about that. First of all, she had butt naked. She didn't have real butters. Like if you was black, you should have known. Her shits had the single sole with no levers on the top. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should have knew she was fouled in. You know what I'm saying? She brought up the goddamn the butters with the curry spice and shit. Ain't that some Indians? The curry spice? Yeah. Come on here with them butt naked acting like she was getting no butters. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, bro. I'm tired of don't get me started on that lady, man. You already knew I was about to go the fuck off.
she had the masala butters on
that fucking lady, man.
The butter chickens, though.
No.
Oh man, yeah, this is wild. I mean, just looking at it, it's very entertaining. I hope they do like a lot of videos, and I want to see like some real fake beef go on on Instagram. I want them to have the clips going on. I want to see the meme game real strong from all the fans and stuff. Ideally, what I want to happen on the next Triller celebrity fight, they gotta get in the ring. That would be the ultimate right there. Because look, it satisfies a lot of the requirements, right? Umar will get a ton of money for their school. He just got to sign a contract. So that would be funny. But yeah,
I think Kevin Samuels responded to Umar like something like, you know, he kind of pulled Umar's card and was like, "You talking about the same man that got got 2 kids by 2 different baby mamas, and people then donated to his thing and ain't seen a brick yet be built." And like,
I think that was the original joint that had Umar getting spicy and shit. I don't think he said nothing after he did the video with the beta males and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the response to him saying all that. Like, you want me to talk to you, the Prince Pan African Big Papa, and all that shit with Kevin Samuels and all that. I think that was the response to that.
He gonna show up like the Undertaker. Y'all seen that little that when it got like the Undertaker little bell and he just come in the frame?
Yeah. Or the Steve Harvey joint where he was like distracted and she was shaking her titties and shit.
Yeah. Oh, dog, come on.
That joke's so funny. That clip.
He said, me. He said, "No, ain't that your wife?" She look on it, divorced.
How your man gonna start barking, man?
But no, you know what's wrong with that? You know she done that before. Like that, she pulled it off too smooth. Like that shit was so funny. Oh my goodness!
I know, Chris. I know you sent us something on about the Dr. Umar thing. With the comedians spoofing them, clowning them, both of them.
Oh yeah, the Afion Crockett and Spice Adams, they are crazy. But did you see how spicy Afion was?
Yeah, he's spicy. Kevin Samuels was spicy. That's a zesty ass nigga, man.
Oh man,
that nigga zesty.
Hey, more power to him, but that joint was funny. Afion is a fool. Like here, we got the clip.
Yeah, I think we got the clip here for you. So just staring at each other.
The original, it's the standoff.
Peace and black power. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. It is the prince and Africanism. King Kong consciousness. Intercontinental pancakes. Babatunde. Notorious Roy G. Biv. Now, first off, I'm tired. I'm tired of the degradation of black women, of our queens. The reason that you are here, so-called Dr. Devin Samuel, self-proclaimed doctor. Where does your doctorate come from? Huh? You are uncertified. You are unqualified. And you call yourself a relationship guru. You YouTubians and database. Y'all kill me, man. Y'all giving the wrong advice, black man. You're tearing down our queens. And I'm trying to build them up. But you tearing them down. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sick to my stomach that I even have to talk to you on this Instagram. What do you have to say for yourself, Dr. Devin Samuels? Where did the doctor even come from? Huh? Little sound effects, because the truth hurts. If you're scared, go to church. I know the truth hurts, but your degradation of all black queens can be no longer. Think, man. Think. The reason why you're here is because of a black queen, and you tear down every time you can. You should be ashamed of yourself, Devin.
Are you finished?
I'm not done. You
Right.
too. Since when did you become a relationship guru? When did that take about? The only guru I know is from Gang Stuff. How you the relationship guru? When? How? Who? Why?
Well, I'm happy you asked that. When was the last time you saw any of your children that you have had with these same black queens that you claim to build up?
I see my kids every day.
What you not
don't
gonna
talk
do?
to me about Mike. I see my kids every day. Don't talk to me about Mike. I see my kids every day. I see my kids every day. Don't talk to me about.
Kevin Samuels be doing that shit.
Own. That's what we gotta own: the banks, the supermarkets, the hospitals.
All right.
We'll give y'all a little bit of that.
Yeah, so this is just entertainment. Hopefully they really do like a live together or something, because that would just be funny. It'd be a good old time, get a nice drink, get some quality entertainment there. I think they're both pretty funny. We seen, you know, Dr. Umar's shtick, and then with Kevin Samuels, like you said, the people are going to him, but with social media, everybody wants to be seen and on the latest wave. So of course he's going to have a bunch of people going to his platform. Oh, I want to be on the camera. I want Kevin Samuels to rip me a new one on can so I can, get popping and all this kind of stuff. So it's just silly to me, but I think it's all in good fun. It'll be interesting to see the outcome, but definitely I need them to at least do WrestleMania or the next Triller fight, one of those two.
Nah, hopefully. I was trying to find a clip of your man being distracted. Motherfucker barking, man. That's crazy. What else we got on tap?
Hey, so we had a huge announcement. I think it was on Twitter. J. Cole said he's dropping on the 17th, I believe, May 17th with his next project. He said it's been a long time coming for this one. I know a bunch of his fans are super excited about this. I like J. Cole. I'm not I won't call myself like a huge fan, but I do enjoy his music. So I definitely will be listening when his next project drops. So that being said, do we think he's the first of the wave of big artists that are going to be dropping this year? Or do you think he's just kind of be off on his own and the rest of people going to feel out how his rollout goes and, kind of plan their route of attack from there? What do y'all think?
I'm not sure. I don't listen to white rappers.
Just so people know, Nick is a firm believer in that you are the womb you rode in on. So I think J. Cole mama's white. So Nip is not into I guess like you said, white rappers. So
I listened to the single. I wasn't impressed.
Oh, he had a single. I didn't even listen to that.
Yeah, he dropped a single. It was like it was like 2 minutes or something like that. I wasn't that impressed with it, but I don't know. I haven't liked. Well, I guess we're talking about whether the big guys are going to drop now.
And we can talk about the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I haven't been wowed by a J. Cole project in a minute. Like I like his mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last thing I really listened to and enjoyed might have been the what was that, like Friday Night Lights or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was the last mixtape, but that was his first album.
Then it was a mixtape, I think.
All right, yeah. But I don't think once he went to Crooked Smile and all that shit, I was cool off J. Cole.
Mm.
But as far as other people dropping, I think it's gonna start rolling down now. I think Philly's opening up today, like full whatever. I know the South, y'all been open down there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they can start playing like festivals and concerts and all that shit again. So I think that's why everybody was holding their music, because they couldn't tour off of the music. So I think now that everything's starting to open back up, they'll start dropping, especially the closer we get to summer. It'll be a lot more big name drops coming down.
Right. Yeah, I think his first one was the Come Up, I think was his first album.
I think so.
Okay.
So I mean, you're right there on it. Yeah, I mean, that's easy. I think you hit right on the head. I think more artists are going to come, because I think the reason the big artists did not drop I was actually talking to one of my brother-in-law this weekend about that, and he was mentioning about the J. Cole drop, and he was saying, oh, he gave some reason that I said, man, nah, the reason is these people pump a lot of money behind these big artists, and the way they recoup a lot of their money is tours. And if you can't tour, they're not going to give you help you make a $2 million album and then pray that it gets streamed enough that they can make some profit. Like, they need to guarantee it by a tour. So if touring's coming back, the big artists are going to start dropping again. The only question I would have is just, I guess, on two folds, is the music we're going to get from these big artists like recently recorded, or is the music we're going to get like stuff when they anticipated to drop, then COVID hit and they just didn't want to drop it because they knew they couldn't tour on it? Like, are we going to get real shit, or are we going to get some watered down, back of the aisle, like album was ready 9-10 months ago, maybe we just add a couple of loosies on there to make it Phil Martin and then drop an album? So that's my only thought process, is when were these albums really recorded kind of idea.
Well, I think if you think about the main, like the real big artists, I don't think 8, 9, 10 year month span is going to change how relevant the music is.
Yeah,
I think it'll all be still sound pretty recent. And when you're talking about like, the main one I'm waiting for is Kendrick, which I don't even know if he's going to drop or not.
Mhm.
But y'all don't think under these circumstances, like, yeah, I think in the average box, yeah, but in these circumstances, like with COVID, the Trump thing, like we had a lot of things happening this year. Like that album coming out now, I feel like if you recorded this 10 months ago, it ain't the same vibe as what we're dealing with right now. In my opinion, now that's my thought.
If you talking rap, how many COVID bars or Trump bars you gonna put in there? Like, it might be a song that you might drop a couple drinks in there, but if you're talking about like timeless music rarely is like specific to like a single incident. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go back and you listening to, like, let's take Kendrick for example, when you listening to Good Kid, or if you're listening to Pimp a Butterfly, it was relevant to the time then, and it's still relevant now, and it speaks to shit from the past and all that. Like, I don't think that 8 or 9, 10 months is gonna. I don't think that they should go specifically speaking about those points. Like, it shouldn't be a whole album about like COVID or white people being racist or Trump and shit like that.
But
like,
it's a Cole album. Ain't that what he do? Ain't that Cole? Ain't that Cole's gimmick?
Mm-hmm.
Be your conscious. Yeah. Ain't that his like thing? I ain't gonna call it a gimmick. Ain't that like his thing though?
Yeah, I don't listen to Cole, so
that's my
I mean, I hear
like,
some of his shit, but I don't go back to a Cole album and listen to that shit. Like, I still go back and listen to Pimp. I still go back and listen to Good Kid, Man City. I don't go back and listen to J. Cole albums. What was that? Kids Do Drugs Sometimes, or Kids on KOD? What was that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
KOD. Go back and listen to that shit. Yeah, like it's not a timeless album. I don't think Cole has a timeless album, has a classic album out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he has a classic album. Like, he goes platinum because like people are sheep. Like, people gonna go out and buy an album. But if you like, how many of those people really go back and listen to a Cole album for the bars? Like, nobody. Yeah. When you talk about greatest album, every time you listen to greatest, has he even had an album of the year nomination?
I think so.
He has.
I think KOD
off the top of my head
nominated. I mean, like in rap. Sorry, in rap album of the year. I don't think he's ever had
nominated. Wow.
I think I want to say that I could. Like, we can. As you guys talk, I can fact find.
It probably did, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that they should go back. I don't think artists should go back and touch it up to speak on those things. This is like when I watch TV shows and they start implementing like the mask and all that shit and the pandemic bullshit. It's like, all right, like, I don't really want. Like, we get enough of that shit in real life, man. I don't need it in the art that I consume. If you want to throw a bar here and there, you want to make a little verse or something. I don't really listen to new R&B, whatever the fuck they do in R&B. I dig it, but I don't think they should go back and address the incidents over the last year.
I mean, I know we don't really respect it, but just going to it for Grammys, he was up for Best New Artist, Best Rap Song for Power Trip, Best Rap Album, Forest Hills Drive.
That's my favorite project. Is Forest Hills Drive. And
I think that's the only album I see that's been listed for anything best rapping for the Grammys. So
yeah, I think the
gotta go to
follow
your
up.
point. Nip.
Yeah, to follow up on what Dip was saying, I feel like if artists don't have anything poignant to say about some of the stuff that's been going on here recently, then it's probably best to try and keep their body of work as cohesive as possible. Like you say, you wouldn't want to have somebody have like damn near a masterpiece and then the last 2 tracks is tacked on because they wanted to jump on the COVID bandwagon or something like that. Yeah, just to have it on there. Now, if they got like some real fire or some real like classic timeless media about, you know, COVID or everything that's going on with the police and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, definitely include that. But like you said, I don't think from our major artists, I don't think their projects are going to lack any if they don't include anything about COVID. I mean, most of the people, the biggest artists, they've already spoken, you know, they speak about racism, and that's been going on since before COVID anyway. So I'm sure we'll see some of those things carry over. But yeah, I mean, unless they don't have anything like something really fire and important and, you know, clever to say about it, I'd rather them not try and tack it on there. It's cool if they, during the recording process, had it in there and it's like, okay, yeah, this was hitting, we needed to hear this, or wow, that take was crazy, you know, I'm glad they put it in. But outside of that, I don't really want to hear any of that. With regard to
before we jump, like, I think it's going to be people, but like, to my point of it, I think you guys are stuck up on like, oh, it had to be a COVID bar. I'm talking about, I can't hear a nigga on his album talking about being at the club popping bottles. Nigga, we've been inside for a year. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean when it's about COVID changing the source of your material. Like, you can't give me stuff that you really ain't doing, because niggas ain't outside. We ain't doing.
We still get music like that though now.
Oh, that's the point I'm trying to get at, is like, if you got a whole album full of that, then you probably recorded that before COVID really hit hard. Because I don't see anybody really going. I hate to use her name in a musical argument, but it's the reason why Taylor Swift albums sound like she been in a cabin in the woods. Bitch probably was in the cabin in the woods recording this shit. Like, cats ain't like I said. That's my point I'm trying to say, is that like albums now have a COVID feel. People are talking about more encampment, more like struggle, more depression, more anxiety, all that stuff, because people are stuck inside. Even when your Conway album that you love so much, the new one, Conway's album is spitting real stuff, but you could tell it's a spit from the Fiends Gotta Have It, even though we in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's true, but it's still.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, does it have that vibe? That's what I'm talking about. Does it have that COVID vibe, that blah 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 vibe to it?
I don't think they necessarily need that vibe. I think the only thing that really date them will be like features, but I don't
want to hear no depressing shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't listen. Like, I listen to my music for certain real shit. Like, if it's real shit, I listen to it. It's cool, it's jamming. But most of the shit I listen to, they just take me on a journey. I want to hear. I listen to all drug dealing, shoot them up, put them in the trunk, cut their fingers off. Like, I ain't never sold a near crack cocaine in my life. But I don't know. Between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock when I'm riding to work, I think I'm Pablo Escobar. You know, I'm the hardest dope dealing.
But a lot of your artists that you listen to that do that shit, I'm not saying they chopping people up, putting them in their trunk, but they've been in the game and they know how the game go. They know the horror stories. They know what's going on in the block, blah, blah. J. Cole ain't that rapper.
True.
So he got to talk about shit he relate to. And if you're going to give me an album that was from the now, which you're relating now in your life, which him trying to be more of a family man, it's the reason why we fucking hated Chance's album. He was on that family shit. Chance rapped about the shit he doing now, and we was like, fuck out of here.
Nah, you can rap about family shit. That shit was just doo-doo. You can rap about family shit. You can rap about family shit, and that shit still be hard. It's a lot of people. The new T Grizzly album. T Grizzly talk about being a new dad, being happy that the person that he has a kid with is somebody he's in love with. But the shit is hard. It's jamming.
But do you fuck with that album? Like,
huh?
Do you fuck with the new T Grizzly album?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't put it in my top 5 albums of all time, but for what it is,
will you revisit that album?
I have within the last week. Like, will I come back next year? The intro, yes. The intro is jamming.
7 months from now, you gonna listen to that album.
The intro is hard. The intro is hard as shit. Like, it's a couple songs in there. Yeah, I'll come back to. Is it an album? Like, is it a no skip album? No, it's not a no skip album.
All of that.
Are there songs that I'll put on a playlist to come back to on a workout, or if I'm just chilling, drinking, smoking, something like that? Yeah, it's a couple songs and I definitely will come back to. Chance's album, I don't even think I finished the whole. I couldn't tell you one song on that shit. I'm sorry.
I just know the Hot Shower one. That's it. No.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I know what you want. I think that was one of the singles. That's what it was. But that's my only thought process. Is just that if you're an artist that talk about what you do and your relatability, which Cole is one, Kendrick's another one. I feel like we're going to tell if it's, and I can't think of the album. It was a Wayne album that was like that recently, that you could tell Wayne recorded that. I think it was one of the Carters, the last Carter. You could tell Wayne recorded that way back and just was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna drop it, and you could feel it, and that's my point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, but that was different. That was had his shit tied up.
I agree. I'm just saying again, but you can sometimes feel the music is dated.
Yeah, but that was years. That wasn't like 6 months. That shit was like 5-7 years. He held that shit in there.
I'm using it as an example of how you can feel music is dated. That's all I'm saying is that I wonder if Cole's album is going to feel dated or not, depending when he released it. And all these big artists that are dropping, because a lot of big artists don't got time to sit around for months and redo an album. They usually have their album creating time, and then they have other shit they got to do. That's the only concern I'm at for all of them, is that will these albums feel dated? That's all I was saying.
It's possible, but I think if you're making classic music, if you're making timeless music, I don't think it may feel a little dated, but I think it'll still be. You'll still know the quality music when you hear it. It'll still.
I mean, well, let's call a spade a spade. The only jokers making real classic like hip hop albums and stuff like that is the jokers that we know that all they do is rap and sit in the lab all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be real. So the Griselda cats that we rocks with.
That's true.
Outside of them, I can't really name nobody who's making classic hip hop right now, because most of the jokers that we trust on, they got more other shit to do than just sit down and be in the studio all day.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna go through our head to try to figure something, but I was trying to. Nas's last album was alright. It wasn't a classic. It was just good because the other two albums before that was so shitty,
was so garbage.
Yeah, we was like, oh, it's good to have Nas back on an average level again. Like, but I mean, like I said, I'm here for it. I'll listen to J. Cole album at least, give it once over. I don't really listen to J. Cole album after I go through it once, and then we'll probably review it here on the show. So it is what it is.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we have some good points, and hopefully he is the first in the wave of the majors to drop, because I definitely want to hear some new Kendrick. And
they need to have a petition for him to stop using the N-word too.
Oh, here we go.
Moving on. Moving on. So we got this random message in the group chat the other day talking about some Stevie Wonder versus Marvin Gaye, and none other than Big J talking about, I was rolling with Marvin, but dang, I think Stevie might have him. Of course, Stevie's got him.
Thank you. What are you talking about?
Stop it.
What was he thinking about?
Y'all boarded on disrespect now. Stop it. Y'all boarded real close to disrespectful now. Watch how y'all tread from this point on, y'all. Y'all get disrespectful. So of course he got it. What were we talking about here? All right, question. If you about to get some chicks draws, who you putting on?
Oh, Marvin.
Okay, so he don't totally got him. If you don't get every single facet, don't mean he totally got him now. Let's be completely honest.
That's one specific.
Okay, that means again, when you
say
of course he got him, that means it don't matter what you do. Stevie got the juice. So let's stop here. When we talk about, of course he got him.
Jump off here. All right, hold on. Are we talking about versus style, like your top 20 versus my top 20?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
The total embodiment of
No, I'm talking versus status, because again, Marvin's dead. Stevie got 1 million albums.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Stevie got albums from when he was 14 to when he got damn 82.
Like, yeah, I'm talking verses. When I go verses, I'm talking verses like 20 to 20.
Still top 20? No. If you talk about some love making or something like that, yeah, but you talking about jamming? No way. No way Marvin is touching Stevie, dog.
Again, so it's Chris. Because before Chris interjected himself into the topic, at first I was leaning Marvin, but I was like, I think Stevie got him. That was the full context of it.
I said that.
But the original thing, when you think of like soul classics, especially growing up in DC, the first name is going to jump to your lips is Marvin Gaye. So when my brother-in-law said, hey, y'all should talk about Stevie versus Marvin Gaye, and I was like, that's interesting. I'm like, but I mean, my first thought is I'm running to Marvin in my head. because I didn't actually play Marvin with actually ladies, and it got it works. But then I start going down like I mean hell, songs in A minor alone probably gets Marvin out the box for at least 8 songs off the rip. Like after I started thinking about it more, I leave Stevie, but I don't think it's a slam dunk because if you know in verses, if you pick the right songs and the right things, you can get a couple of W's. And I think especially the first, let's say Stevie gets the first 10 and he runs the first 10, Marvin could probably steal about 5 of those.
Does Marvin have 20 though? I'm looking at the list right now. Does he got 20?
You gotta put the national anthem on there.
Yeah, you can't put the national anthem on there. No.
Hey, that national anthem was smooth though. Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah, all I need to get by. Ain't no mountain high enough. Grapevine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. What
we got? So sexual healing.
Sexual healing.
Shit. Was I want to be where you're at? I want to be. Was it? Damn, I can't think. I'm trying to think of the songs even off that album now. Shit, I had this conversation 2 days ago.
What's going on? Mercy, Mercy Me. Distant Lover. Yeah, he got 20.
And then some of them is some deep cuts.
After the dance, yeah.
Some deep cuts that we watch with that, like.
But you talking about? No.
Ain't that peculiar?
Right.
Stubborn kind of fella. Like, I mean, again, he got 20. Now again.
Nah, bro. Sir Duke ass. It's a blowout, bro. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Now, if it comes to love making songs, yes. Marvin has way better love. Put the lights on, burn the candles, start whispering in her ear songs. Yes. Anything past that, he's getting his ass smoked.
That's what he's gonna lean into.
What you sing when it's my birthday? What you sing when it's my birthday? When your daughter's birthday, what you singing? What you pulling out the bag, Jay?
Come on, man. My kid's half white. I'm pulling out regular happy birthday, nigga. Stop it.
You give him one verse.
I see where you're trying to go with it. You need to ask Nip that question. You don't know how to do any of that shit you talking about. We ain't at least give him the refrain. We not doing that at all.
Pre-chorus. You don't hit the
Nip's kids are doing that. My kids, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Like, so stop it, Chris. What we going to? Yeah, we're going to that. We're going to happy birthday to you. Now, Nip's family. Yeah.
It's definitely some soul claps over here.
Right.
Look, when we have a family, we run
traditional birthdays over here. Everybody get 2 hot dogs, a sheet cake, and a hug. You know what I'm saying? There's traditional black birthdays around these parts. No, you know what you're talking about.
Well, again, like I said again, after I thought about it further, just songs in A minor, that album alone is probably going to give Stevie about 5 to 6 W's right there. Like, and I mean, granted, that's one of his greatest albums, but still, like,
Songs in the Key of Life. Off the rip. I don't even know if that's still my favorite Stevie album, but yeah, Songs in the Key of Life is hard. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys shit. Yeah.
But I just thought it was an interesting take because he was
before this first finale, Intervisions. What was the joint that happened right before he almost got smoked? That was Intervisions, right?
Yeah.
The car crash when the joint hit him in the head and shit. Intervisions, yeah, dog. Nah. Marvin don't.
So what's y'all score then? If it were to do a versus, what would y'all score it then?
I think it's probably like.
Hold on, let me see. Marvin's gonna win. Let me see. Sexual healing is a point.
Yeah, that's a dub regardless. I feel like against most of. That's like his strongest album to me. No, that Mercy Me, and what's going on.
Inner Blues is tough.
It's stuff that Stevie, like everything Stevie got is a point. As superstition? What the fuck is being superstition? Yeah. Like, what we talking about here? No. I give it 15-5.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Yeah, about 15-5. I think that for me personally.
I think I'm probably going. I mean, I know I'm going 13-7, Stevie, but 13-7.
Okay,
I'll accept that. ribbon in the sky. Oh no.
It's harder because we are choosing. We will play. We don't know what Stevie or anybody representing him would actually play, or who people representing Marvin would actually play. So it's harder.
Hey, look. Hey, hold up. What if they was doing the verses and somebody hearing Stevie to listen, he started looking at it.
I don't think
Stevie can
Stevie
see,
all the way
man.
blind anyway. I seen Stevie want to drive in a car.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. I
said he was driving.
I ain't believing it.
Said what's up to Shaq in the elevator. How you know that's Shaq, nigga?
Right.
You got seismic radar.
He stole. Have you seen the Dion Cole special where he talk about what Stevie stole the girl from him?
Yeah.
And I thought he was playing. He's posted the picture of him and Stevie. Like he really knows. Like Stevie really took his girl. Like ain't no way. No, bro. I'm sorry. Ain't no way Stevie blind for real, bro. He don't never fall off stage. He don't trip over the piano. Right. No, bro.
Look, I didn't see motherfuckers that could see fall off stage. And this blind motherfucker ain't fell off the stage in 60 years.
Exactly.
Hell no, that joker can
ain't fell off the stage, ain't tripped over the piano, a mic cord, nothing.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I'm with you. Nah. They was like, oh man, being blind is in. Look at Ray Charles. And that's where the gimmick came from. I'm sticking with that story. I don't got no facts, nothing on it. I'm just sticking with it. It was like, damn, that blind nigga over there selling a bunch. We got to get blind. they just kept the lie up to this point. Fuck that, man. Stevie can see.
That's funny. All right. Well, we'll put a button on that. Moving on. So, Jay, why don't you introduce this one? Because I know you saw a recent story that's kind of alarming.
Oh, yeah. So I was just, going through the interwebs, and I guess the gentleman who's accused or allegedly killed Pop Smoke said he was trying to rob him for his diamond studded Rolex. And with that information, Chris hit, with pseudonym Slim hit with a good thing. He's like, what is hip hop? What is jewelry's place in hip hop? Like in general, just open ended. And so for me, I'm gonna be real with you. For me, jewelry is probably the thing that attracted me most to hip hop, because I'm not a jewelry dude. I don't wear except for my wedding ring. I don't wear no chains. I don't wear nothing. Mm-hmm. But seeing like Run DMC pop up with the chains and like the Adidas and how fresh and clean they were, going to my man LL, rocking them too. Like any artist that I rocks with, it was always they always felt like they was like put together. Mm-hmm. And part of that essential being put together list was rocking a chain. Hell, even going back to my first memories of Tony's best friend, Michael Jordan, it was Michael Jordan with the hair, with the fucking chain, like looking real hood, looking real straight off the farm. Like, so for me, hip hop, like without the chain or the at least the iced up wrist or it's something, I feel like you really ain't made it as a hip hop artist unless you got that piece. Mm-hmm. Like everybody, when you have that vision of your favorite rapper, I'm pretty sure you see him envisioning your mind, and you can even tell what jewelry they got on in that photo that you remember them from. So, I mean, jewelry is pretty much the quintessential bragging piece, but also the quintessential set your outfit on fire kind of spot. And if you don't got the jewelry, like I feel like you lack in there. You're not looking like you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I've never been a jewelry cat. I don't wear no rings and earrings and all that shit. But yeah, it's definitely even from when from motherfuckers taking other motherfuckers' chains, or when you get put on in a like a new label or something like that. They give you a Rockefeller chain or a Cash Money chain or something like that. It's definitely the jewelry is definitely an essential part of hip hop, especially the icon, the gold rope and the Cuban link and all that shit. Mm-hmm. The presidential rollie. I think those are probably the three most iconic pieces that you can have besides the T-Pain big ass chain.
Yeah, facts.
John Ludacris, remember in that video, stand up, he had the little person on the chain.
Right. Midget on his neck. Yeah.
Yeah, that joke was wild. But yeah, I agree too. And one thing that's interesting, I was just thinking in my head too, you can kind of, like if you were just see a picture, right, of a rapper and what kind of jewelry they were wearing, you could, on the rap timeline, figure out about which era that person was in, right? Because when it started out, they had the gold ropes, kind of moving towards the, the Cubans, all that kind of stuff. then the changes started getting bigger and bigger. I remember the G Unit spinner, like that blew everybody's mind in middle school. Like, oh, whoa, you know, what's going on now? Nowadays, you know, you got the chokers, you got, you know, that kind of stuff, real blinged out chokers, real close on the neck, not so much the long stuff they're wearing. And like you said, all the different watches and everything like that. I think jewelry is important to hip hop because hip hop is a braggadocious art form. You know, you're really trying to put yourself out there as a man, the ladies' man. You know, you got the most money, the most cars, the flies, whatever. You know, the biggest chain, the biggest diamonds. So I think it's always going to have a part into it. And when I was younger, I kind of thought a little bit different. I'm like, why do these people spend all this money on the jewelry? You know what I mean? It just appreciates and everything like that. But we got to look at, like, you know, other cultures, they would, you know, quote unquote, waste money too, right? It's not just only rappers who splurging out and want to do things like, okay, you got a huge ass yacht.
Yeah.
You can't take the yacht to the grave though. You know what I mean? It's certain,
Right.
Everybody spends on stuff. And I hate sometimes how rappers may get a bad name or be looked at as dumb because they like to spend their money on jewelry. Like everybody likes to spend money on things that other people might turn their nose up at. So I'm kind of having to change your heart going forward because I think jewelry does have its place in hip hop and it's important. And we see nowadays, you know, you can do both. You can have a ton of money spending on jewelry and also be up on Dogecoin or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Making a lot of money that way too. So I think it's cool. I wish though that rappers are a little bit more safe too going out because we've just seen way so many, you know, killings here lately of people trying to get other people's jewelry and all that kind of stuff, getting robbed, shot, and killed and things like that. I think everybody should just move a little bit smarter, you know, have a lot more security, things like that, because you spend a lot of money on this stuff. You damn sure best believe people are going to want to take it, especially coming out of a pandemic, you know, people hurting, not a lot of money as it is now. So I just want to see people move smarter. But I think hip hop and jewelry are intertwined. It's always going to be there.
Well, also too, I mean, a lot of these cats, man, you like with last week's show, Nip was talking about Creed and he was shitting on how fake it is that they was eating in a spot that niggas known to get stick up boys through. Like most rappers in their areas, they know them spots, man.
Yeah.
But because they felt like they got clout or wherever they rap or the fact that they got money now, they can roll in them spots, man. And I don't blame the jewelry for the fact that they decide that they're too thorough now as a celebrity. Like you're not the D-boy no more. You're not the cat on the block anymore that like people don't like they're gonna get nothing off, or if they do get some off, they worried about the get back. Like you a celebrity now. So they get you, what you gonna do? Get them back, and then now you going like the family gonna sue you now. Like it's a whole lot. You're gonna lose your career. Like you got a lot to lose. So why put yourself in that position, knowing that the place that you came from, cats is hungry. You was that hungry cat at one time. That's why you hustle so hard to get out of it. And to go back and you put yourself in, like I said, I'm not blaming Pop Smoke. I'm not blaming the victims here. I'm just saying that you got to move smarter to your point, Chris. Like you just got to make sure you know where you at. That's the same thing with all of us being black men. We know with certain parts in certain neighborhoods that we going to drive through, that we better goddamn do the speed limit, make sure every light is on our shit is working, because we know one thing wrong, if we're gonna get pulled over and it's gonna be a situation. Like we know that it's just being average everyday cats. Like, hey, you driving that area? I mean, shit, growing up, Virginia, we all knew don't go into Virginia, because you know if you're going to Virginia and you got DC tags, them lights coming. Like it's just what it was. So you got to move a little smarter, man, or just do the thing that a lot of cats need to do. Bite the bullet and just have security. I don't like that rat face, rainbow head cat, but all the little antics he do, he stay with mad security with him. And
you mean the feds? He ain't got security. He got goddamn government with him.
Yeah, again, and that's why nobody ain't touched him, because he should have been got touched up, but ain't nobody touched him yet because he got the government with him, but whatever. He got other cats with guns that's willing to go to battle. So man, you just got to be smart, man. But like I said, but also all that stuff we talking about, it's somewhat become a part of hip hop culture, man. Like going back and not being a sellout and showing that you can still sit on your block with all your riches and all that. That's become like a staple of quote unquote being real in hip hop, which is crazy to me because all you did was try to rap to leave that situation. Now you want to sit on the block with your riches in that situation. Like it just don't make, I don't know. And maybe because I ain't a young dude, and maybe because I was poor, but I wasn't poor. So I don't get it. maybe that's just on me. Like it's missing me. So
Yeah, I mean, people can still, if they want to visit, they just got to be smart. They know where they're welcome in, where they're not welcome in, where people might do something or people not. I mean, life is life. You can be doing everything right and something crazy still happen. I just think, it's important to try and lessen that risk as much as possible. So if it takes you hiring a couple guards or something like that, if that'll help increase the odds of you getting back home, enjoying some of the wealth that you built up and continue to have a long and successful career, then hey, go ahead, just do it. But yeah, good point.
I mean, I understand why you want to go. Like, I don't like. It's not fun in fucking Wheaton. It's not fun. Like it's not fun in the suburbs. Like, I just keep it 100. Like, it's not. There's nothing's going on. It's fucking crickets and shit. You liable to get pulled over for some bullshit out there. Like, it's just not. Yeah, I'm coming back to the hood. Why not?
You got to worry about them jokers being green with envy, bruh. Ain't that what Bootsy said? They got envy. They jealous, man. They envious.
If I'm young, if I'm 19, 20, 21, I got a couple dollars. The shorties is out. The bikes is out. The summertime in the, come on, bro. The bikes is out. You got come on, bro. Nah. We back here. We ain't going out. No, we ain't going out to the burbs, dog. We not going out there. We coming home.
I hear you.
We coming to party, dog. That's it.
All right, everybody in DC, remember this. When Nip make it, coming home. Me and you, Chris, we're gonna have a backup plan for this show, then, bro.
Oh man, hopefully you don't. I ain't even gonna. We're gonna move right along from that one. All right, rounding up our last topic. So we just had, Mother's Day this past Sunday. Shout out to all the moms out there. Mama Kim, love you much. We actually got an announcement that Miss Claire Huxtable was declared the greatest TV mom. Gentlemen, go ahead and elaborate on this, because I don't know if
First of all, who did this? Where did this report come from?
This was on
Variety or some shit.
I want to say I think it was on Bossip, but I think they took the article from somebody else. Go ahead and give your thoughts. I can tell you as I pull up the articles I found out for you.
All right. Let's get ready to get canceled.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
We need to cancel like the klaxon to come up.
There's
This was per Twitter, so everybody on Twitter voted on this.
Who are the other options?
I think they just asked them who was your number one TV mom, and then people started voting. So, yeah, I think that's kind of how it went. People started, and I guess Claire came up the most, basically.
Do y'all feel like she's the greatest TV mom?
Look, see, here's the problem, because my take is going to counteract your take, because the person that I'm going to name, because the reasons why you think not, the person I would name is going to have even more into your wheelhouse of why they are not. So I'm going to save mine till you get your shit off. I don't know what Chris thinks.
I was going to say, honestly, I didn't even really watch the Cosbys like that growing up.
Damn. Oh, you knew about Bill, huh?
Yeah,
yeah. You know what?
So I'm going to start there.
I don't know what we doing here no more, man.
I would say,
what we doing here no more, man.
When I think of TV moms,
I don't know what's going on.
Comes to mind. Florida Evans comes to mind. Hard worker. Marge Simpson is funny. She got to deal with the Simpsons. That's a funny one.
Good TV mom, man. She deal with the shenanigans every day.
Yeah, Homer.
She picked a terrible husband, so you can't be a good mom.
Homer going wild in the house,
choking kids.
Yeah, it's a lot out there, but I think that Claire does embody a lot of aspects you want to see an ideal mom, right? But I think to me, I don't know. You got Aunt Viv there too.
Which one?
That's mine. Dark skin Aunt Viv is my number one TV.
Yeah, I think she had a little more flavor.
But The reason why you gonna say Claire is not, you could say for Viv too.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
well, let's let my fire because we hold up.
So I don't think that she was a career woman. Like there wasn't much. Like I don't even remember Claire Huxtable cooking a meal in the Cosby's. Like I remember Bill, or what was his name in the Bill,
Cliff.
Cliff, Cliff was hooking up the spaghetti, the chilies. You know what I'm saying? Cliff was doing going to the games. He was the one that was in the house breaking up fights and having you seen Claire come in there a couple times and get at Vanessa and all that shit. But Cliff was the one that was loaning the car out and getting on Theo ass when he was having the car, shouldn't have had it. All that. Where the fuck was Claire at?
Because Cliff worked at home. His office was in the house. She had to go to work.
So we could say that he was the greatest TV dad.
Well, people used to say that all the time until the real life Cosby started.
Nah, but she can't. You talking about Florida was in that motherfucker cooking, cleaning, rearing, beating ass, all that.
Come on, man. We not
Florida
gonna
wasn't doing that.
We not gonna do Florida like that. Like she was better than Claire, man.
As a mom,
Claire took her people out of poverty and put them in that
here we go
with
this talented TIF bullshit. That's what it is. Y'all hooked on these elite motherfuckers. What really matters is you forming them youngins. You know what I'm saying? You cooking them you giving them meals every night. You giving them lessons. When they come home crying from school, you there to teach them.
Hold on.
Yeah, you made a couple of dollars for them. Yeah, I respect that. But you now we talking about who's the best career woman, mom. Yeah, she killed it.
Hold on. So time out. So you can't get into the upper ranks of momdom if you ain't cooking meals, if you ain't picking them up off the bus, so you lose your value when you in that respect. Is that what you're saying here?
If you're the parent that's the most involved, most of the time when you have two parents, one of the parents is the nurturer, the one that handles the household, the ones that raise the kid. The other one is the mother. That's like me saying I'm the greatest dad in the world. I'm the dad of the year. No, I work 12, 14 hours. Most of the time I see my kids one, maybe 2 hours at night. There's no way I can consider myself to be dad of the year. Am I making sure they got food and clothes and eat and everything they want and go on trip? Yeah, but for me to sit up here and say I'm the most nurturing, the greatest child rearing pop, it's just not a fact. I can't do it right. I'm not in a position to be able to do that. I got another role right now. And her role wasn't that. Her role was I'm a top-notch lawyer. I got to go out here and work. Even when she was in the house, you rarely saw her doing shit in the crib.
Oh, come on. We're not going to do this to Claire. Like, Claire talked to the girls. She settled a bunch of disputes. Like, when Cliff was on his goofy shit, she was the one that put the hammer down.
We're not going to do this to Claire now. Deliver 2 babies, squash two household conflicts, fix a car, all this shit in one episode. You know what I'm saying?
Just because Cliff is good at his job, why are you diminishing Claire's job? Like, she's supportive of her husband. She shows how a house should work with. He's the man of the house, and she's the one. Like, these are all motherly things that you're passing to your kids.
Was she a good wife? Yes. We're talking about being a mother.
That's what I'm saying. But like when your daughters, because they had 4 of them, are looking to how they need to be as a woman, they're gonna look at their mother and how their mother was submissive to Cliff, even though Cliff was on some shenanigans sometimes. They're gonna look at the fact that they can have a career and still have 5 kids and still be out in their lives and involved with, like, what we talking about, man? Like, you act like this chick ain't fucking Betty Crocker that she can't be because Linda's a good mom here.
Man.
And Florida's momdom literally is built off the fact that James got shot in the streets.
No, the first thing, James ain't get popped. James ain't get popped until what, season 3?
No, that was like season 1 or 2.
Oh, I thought it was. And
like before that, her role was real small. She just used to go damn, all that shit. James was doing all that shit. She did cook meals, but James was handling all that other shit.
That's a fact.
Not to mention that, like, at that time, like, Avery was he was a bigger
actor, right?
Yeah. Almost, it's an Avery. I'm thinking of Fresh Prince, but almost he was a bigger actor. So then, but I get it, but when he got popped and got taken off the script, that's when
John
she had
Amos.
to be like
John Amos, that's his name. Yeah, John Amos.
Yeah. He had to be every woman at that point. But before that, Florida was just making the meals, and she better be quiet to get that hand because
she was bad. Florida was rearing them youngins and cooking the meals and cleaning it up, dog.
Man, JJ was in the street.
apartment was 20 feet by 20 feet. All that cleaning didn't take that long.
That's crazy, man.
You said what?
I said, go ahead, Chris. My bad.
No, I was saying the apartment wasn't but 20 feet by 20 feet, so we ain't gonna act like this. Oh my!
She still kept that thing spick and span though.
Look, I said JJ was out in the streets, busting, trying to get in everybody's pants. Little militant dude out here talking trouble, starting shit. Like, come on, man, stop it. Florida was tight. Don't go. I feel like I'm disrespecting Florida by trying to big up Claire, but in my mind is dark skin Viv. Like, so all the reasons you're gonna have to diss on Claire, you're gonna diss on Viv. Even worse on Viv because they had Jeffrey doing all that other shit. So,
oh yeah,
they had no cooking and cleaning. They had a fucking butler.
You ain't see me talk about Aunt Viv was TV mom of the year, TV mom of the century, decade.
But that's why I say. Well, I think that's why I feel like she gets that role because. And I know it's harder because Hillary is a bad example, but all of her other kids, for the most part, like were focused on achievement, success, and being great in the middle. Hillary's the only one that was kind of like on some, I deserve it because I'm rich. Right. Like all the rest of them, like even Carlton, who was, was an asshole, but he cared about like head on straight, doing the right thing,
making my own name for myself. Right.
So also, and that's why I said dark skin Viv. I didn't say light skin because dark skin Viv, when they did try to set trip, she would reach back to the hood and be like, "Oh hell nah!" Like don't make me take my shit off. Like she was snatching the earrings off on the cops when they got it. Like dark skin Viv was about that life. She was like, "Nah, look here, don't let this ballet shit fool you." Exactly. Don't let this ballet shit fool you. I will snatch your ass up in these streets, like. And that's how I feel like that's how all our moms would act if they would have got that kind of rich. They'd be like, look here, like, yeah, I'm gonna act on prim and proper because we get around all these other folks. But if you try to set trip, we going. And then I guess my second number 2 after her would be Rainbow from Blackish. Because dealing with that nigga, Anthony Anderson, I mean, that right there, you dealing with that joker with all buying shoes and new cars every other episode. Like, damn. Nah, I can't. I couldn't.
I haven't watched enough episodes. I think I watched season 1 and maybe season 2 and shit. And I haven't watched much after that, so I can't speak to it.
Also, Rainbow thicker than the Snicker, so I'm gonna go for number 2 for that one.
That's a fact. Wait, hold. Don't Anthony Anderson got his mom living with them making the meal or the dad?
Neither one of them. Rainbow cook.
Don't they live with him now?
Yeah, they live with him. Yeah, in the beach
both
house.
of them live with him.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So that's why Rainbow's my number 2. Like you got to deal with that.
She got to deal with her crazy ass mother-in-law and shit.
Yeah. Actually, Rainbow may be my number 1. I think my childhood makes Aunt Viv number 1 for me, but Rainbow may be my number 1, man, because she's dealing with all tight, man. Because shit, my mother moved in with me, man. Jess will probably divorce me in a month.
Man. Lord of mercy.
She'll have her bags by the door. She'll tell me I keep the kids.
I'm out.
Look, at least that way you can sing. You can do the right happy birthday then at that point, huh? That's what you can.
I can do the right happy birthday. I can get my Florida Evans on and do all the work. Be dad of the year.
That's cool. I think y'all both pull some good points, but I think I tend to probably agree with Jay more. Definitely with the Aunt Viv because I watch way more Fresh Prince than I did the Cosby Show. So from what I've seen of
that should have been the topic. Why you fucking wasn't watching the Cosby Show? That should have been the topic.
Come on.
Damn it.
It was way more Fresh Prince on. I would watch like UPN. I think Cosby Show was like way earlier in the day or something. By the time I got home from school, after school, all that kind of stuff, it would have just been Fresh Prince and then Rolling the Martin, that kind of stuff. So
we should have talked about who would have made the worst moms. Like Gina from Martin.
Oh yeah.
She'd have been a terrible mom.
Why? What would be the difference between Gina being a mom and Claire Huxtable being a mom?
Man, Gina was selfish as hell. Why she got with a selfish ass man? Because they both selfish as fuck.
And Claire wasn't selfish?
Come on, stop. What was Claire selfish about? Because she had a career?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Shanae.
We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna back like
everybody hates Chris. That mom would have been tough to live with, though. You couldn't get nothing for Christmas. You getting one candy bar. Like, you better be happy you got that. I'm like, oh my god.
Because wasn't in the episode where Martin thought he had a son? And Gina was acting real out of pocket, bruh.
She was.
And that was before her. And she was acting real out of pocket. Like, nah, come on, man.
But that's because the kid popped up at like 13. That's different.
Damn.
Look how she treated
Marvin,
Roscoe that would come and try to sell her shit. She's mad disrespectful to that kid, man.
She was.
I mean, that kid was mad disrespectful too. Don't get it twisted. But man, Gina would have been a terrible mom, man. We could go through a list of jokers that have been terrible parents, but we need to say that part for another show.
Yeah, we'll save that one.
Bundy's wife was horrible. Peggy Bundy was trash.
She's
She might be number one trash TV mom. She might be number one trash.
Yeah.
She ain't cook. She was smoking cigarettes in the crib.
Kids got lung cancer and hungry.
She was acting crazy.
I'm trying to think who else.
Damn, you're right. And I don't remember who. I guess Peggy did cook, but like I always about how shitty the food was. Every
the food was horrible. Peggy shit was garbage. Peggy was horrible.
Gina couldn't cook.
Gina couldn't cook. He looked like Alpo, but I ate it.
It's trash mom, bro. She'd have been a good thing Martin never knocked her up, man.
That's a good point. All right, then.
The other good TV. No, I'm sticking with Florida, man. I'm sticking with Florida.
Bet. I'm changing mine to Rainbow. I'm gonna go Rainbow number one.
Okay. All right, solid picks. All right, well, everybody. Anything else we want to get out before we wrap up today?
No. Then we got a pretty solid thing. After this episode, I'm gonna start this petition to get J. Cole to stop using the N-word, and
you gotta add Logic too, right?
Yeah, Logic, J. Cole, all of them.
Getting them out of there. Damn. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of the Gladiator Cypher podcast, a Headcanon Circus production. Like the ticker at the bottom says, be sure to share, like, follow, and subscribe to Headcanon Circus on Facebook, USTube, and various DSPs out there, including Instagram. Be sure to comment on our posts. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. Was Nip hating on Claire? What was going on today? Are we some J. Cole haters? Are you a Dr. Umar stan, or are you a beta male YouTubian who's a little bit Fraggle Rock at the preposterous notions that Mr. Samuels is bringing up about the black women in the community? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Definitely reach out. We love when our ringleaders get back to us and let us know how they feel about the episode. So be sure to interact. But outside of that, we'll be back next week with another action-packed episode. Be on the lookout later this week for some clips. Love to put out the clips. Make sure to share and retweet those as well. Peace, y'all.
Yes, sir. Give them the soup for free, and we rent them spoons.
See y'all next week.
This is a Headcanon production. Circus production.